Aviva Investors is one of the largest insurance companies in Europe, and we're the investment arm of it. Through that, we started the Igloo Regeneration Fund, which invests in Blueprint. Blueprint is our regeneration vehicle around the East Midlands area. And we did that with the Homes and Communities Agency and the East Midlands Development Agency as well. Through that, we own 50%, and we've been delivering projects since 2005 across the region. And John, as part of Blueprint, has been delivering some of those projects, like the Nottingham Science Park, and a new scheme we have, which is a 38 residential housing scheme in the Meadows in Nottingham as well.
Nottingham Science Park was our first scheme. It's our flagship development as Blueprint, where we've developed a 65,000 square foot facility for Toyota in Castle College, and which we developed bespoke for them. And we also invested in a 45,000 square foot facility to house growing technology businesses, number one Nottingham Science Park, both of which have gone very well. And we've had a huge amount of support from Nottingham City Council, from EMDA, from the various regeneration agencies in Nottingham. So it's a good example of partnership working. And our newest scheme, as Hoong Wey says, is Green Street in the Meadows, which is 38 low energy houses.
For Aviva Investors, we spotted the opportunity to invest in a growth area around the country, Nottingham being one of those. And I think what we've seen so far with our partnership is the public sector has been very supportive in all the activities that we've taken part in, with the Science Park, with the Meadows, and with other schemes actually around the East Midlands as well. So we want to see the commercial viability of it, and we're also promoting all the sustainability elements. Maybe John can talk to you about what we've done with the Science Park and how the Meadows is going to be one of the premier residential schemes around the East Midlands as well. So.
The Meadows tries to take innovation and sustainability in housing out of university campuses, out of testbed facilities, and make it commercially viable for private sector, private house buyers to buy into. So people get a choice of buying a house that's well designed, bespoke by a great local architect, and the house that's fit for the future, that's going to be about low energy bills, and maybe just a responsible way to buy a 3 or 4 bedroom house within 10 minutes of the city centre. Phase 2 of the Science Park will be bespoke buildings on a design and build basis for inward investors. And the good news there is that Nottingham's proving quite good at attracting major national and international occupiers in all sorts of sectors, but particularly the Science Park then in relation to high-tech engineering, healthcare, software. And having the Science Park there with 6 acres of developable land means we can respond very quickly to the requirements of inward investors and give them their perfect product. Green Street in the Meadows is a really exciting project because it's at the forefront of sustainability, firstly. So we have houses that have super air tightness, super insulation. So what we've tried to do is drive down the need to use energy in these houses in the first place. So before we think about the sexy sort of technologies that make houses eco, we've tried to think about, well, how do you use less energy in the first place? So that's the way we've handled that. And then we've got photovoltaic panels on the roofs, so the houses are net generators of electricity, feeding electricity back onto the national grid. And of course, from the 1st of April this year, now in place, are feed-in tariffs, which people are beginning to understand. And this will be one of the first schemes in the country where occupiers benefit from the feed-in tariff, which means that you're being paid by the government to produce electricity. And we reckon on a 3-bedroom house in the Meadows, you're probably going to be making about £800 a year from producing electricity, from being effectively an electricity generator. There's 38 houses. They start from 175,000 for a 3-bed house, and they go up to sort of 230-ish for a 4-bed house. But what we've also tried to do is make them affordable for regular people. So we're not creating just a very specialist development. So we've got a 30% equity loan product, which means that people can buy a house for, say, 175,000, but get an interest-free loan of 30% of that price to help them buy it. The only criteria, really, is that your household income needs to be less than £60,000. So it makes getting onto the ladder easier, and it particularly makes getting to an amazing house that's kind of built for the future very easy indeed.